Hey everybody! Encanto is another one of those Disney movies that subverts our expectations when it comes to a Disney movie. We have a magical house set in Colombia instead of a magical castle or just a castle. We have a whole range of magical family members instead of a singular magical entity. And even the main character isn't one of those magical people. Instead, it's one of the ordinary members of that family. And even the character that fits the mold of being a Disney princess doesn't want to be a princess. And of course, Disney has once again gone with not having a villain in their movies. But it's hard not to see the similarities between this movie and another movie where Disney shook off a lot of those stereotypes with their movies.
Let's get married.
Slow down.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
And this got me thinking, what's the deal with Mariano? I mean, we see him like a total of 7 times throughout the movie, and during that time, he goes from falling in love with Isabella and proposing to her to immediately switching over to Dolores and trying to propose to her moments after talking with her. And Isabella makes it clear that she never wanted to marry Mariano in the first place, but instead was doing it for the family.
I never wanted to marry him. I was doing it for the family.
So why was Mariano going to propose to someone who didn't even want to marry him? And why does he propose to Dolores at the first chance he gets? Let's talk about that. So Mariano is a character who doesn't get much screen time, but from what we do see of him, he appears to be a handsome, well-built individual whose name literally means manly. We can see him early on in the movie admiring Isabella. We know that his betrothal to Isabella is foretold by Bruno when he's delivering a vision to Dolores. We know he's very interested in having children because the day that the proposal dinner is supposed to occur, he's already talking to someone about the fact that he wants 5 children.
Do we have a date?
Tonight, he wants 5 babies.
But the fact that we don't see much of Mariano on screen doesn't mean that we can't tell a lot about his intentions. He has an intent, for example, to marry a woman who doesn't actually love him. When he gets rejected and is approached by Dolores, he jumps at the opportunity to marry her. And he has this really odd line where he tells Mirabel,
I just have so much love inside.
like, if he was really that distraught over being broken up with, isn't it odd that his next match that he would propose to would be Isabella's cousin Dolores? Surely there are plenty of other eligible women in the Encanto village that would be absolutely smitten with him and would make a great bride. Why then a Madrigal? It's almost like he wants something out of the union. Could Mariano be the new Hans? Does Mariano want to marry into the Madrigal family for power? Is he actually a secret villain that Disney is building up in preparation for a sequel to Encanto? I don't think so. I think Mariano's character is much more simple and honestly, much more pure. I think Mariano is the stereotypical Disney princess. He doesn't care about Isabella or Dolores' power. He doesn't care about any political gain or financial gain from marrying into the Madrigal family. He doesn't even care what woman he ends up with. He just wants to find love. He thought Isabella was love at first sight, and so he decided to pursue her. He talked nightly with his mother and others about his love for Isabella and how happy he was to be around her. Not wanting to break his heart, Isabella allows this pursuing to become a betrothal, leading up to an eventual proposal for marriage. At that point, it was too late for Isabella to back down, at least until the house started to crack. With the breaking of the casita, Isabella was able to show her true feelings and not once, but twice break Mariano's nose and, in doing so, breaking his heart. Hurt, but understanding, Mariano does not hold a grudge and stops pursuing Isabella. He isn't too proud as to not help with rebuilding the casita after it crumbles, but he is saddened at the fact that he no longer has someone in his life to love. And that's when Dolores steps in as someone who he feels totally relates to him. He's willing to offer to get married immediately. This is exactly what happened between Anna and Hans in Frozen, but it's for the exact opposite reason. Mariano isn't trying to coerce Dolores into marrying him. In fact, Dolores is the one who stepped forward and reached out to Mariano first. He isn't trying to trick Dolores. He just feels a connection with Dolores because of how much she already knows about him. And this is seen also in Frozen when Anna relates so much to Hans that when Hans proposes marriage, she feels that instant connection and can't help but to say yes. And similarly, when Mariano feels this connection with Dolores, he immediately proposes marriage, not because he's trying to get something out of it, but because he doesn't want to lose this connection either. But this time, we see Dolores and the sensible person she is as she tells Mariano to take it easy and slow down. This doesn't cause him to pout or get upset. Instead, he is just happy and content to be with her. And not for nothing, but it doesn't say that Disney princesses have to sing a song or, help others. But in almost every movie with a Disney princess, we do see them helping their community, and they all seem to have their own catchy theme song. And while Mariano doesn't have himself a catchy theme song, we do know that he writes poetry every night, and we can see in the helping to rebuild the casita, he is kind-hearted and willing to help others. And honestly, I feel like that is just more points towards Mariano being the next Disney princess. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Mariano fits the mold of being a Disney princess? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoy these kind of videos, I've done a whole bunch of Encanto videos on this channel. You can check here as I went over whether or not Bruno's visions actually came true. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to be subscribed for the next video. I make videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.